Mr. Solkhon is about to join us.
Coming in as the Kettering Angel once again has proved his worth by stabbing in a fluky penalty again. And welcome, Brett, once again.
How's it going? You all right? Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations on getting through. That was quite tricky at the end, wasn't it?
It was, but that's FA Cup football for you. Do you know what I mean? They're going to throw things, and they literally threw the kitchen sink on a wet day. I thought we controlled it for the majority of the game, and then obviously just switched off, and they managed to get the goal, and then obviously that puts the impetus on them, and they're trying to obviously seek for the replay, and we managed to defend well, and obviously Whitey pulled that great save.
What a save that was! The angle I was at, I thought it was in.
Yeah, no. To be fair, great save. To be fair, he made up for him coming for that cross and missing it. So a little bit less said about that.
Not going to mention it, are you?
No. I don't want to stitch any of my players up.
Is John Dudden coming in?
Well, my mate, don't we?
Going to say we had him in at half time, and he did mention you. So
did he? Oh well, that's good old John.
But on a personal note, another goal for you.
Yep.
I'm not going to say anything about it because I don't want to break the sequence, but it is 103rd goal now for the career, which is, first class career. You scored other goals in the Northampton Senior Cup, etc. that unfortunately don't count. No. Only bookings count, which is really good.
Yeah, brilliant.
The goals don't count, but that's fantastic for you, fantastic for the club. Another well-taken penalty.
Yeah, no, it was as soon as Reece gets, at the moment, confidence is obviously high when taking it, but they keep trying to read me, and I keep seeing players behind me trying to say that way or this way, and funnily enough, they actually said I was going to go that way, but obviously the keeper's changed his mind, so luckily last minute I've changed my mind. I thought just go where usually I do put it, but to be fair, I think if he had dived that way he wouldn't have got it and managed to hit the side net again.
I think you're scoring more penalties in the FA Cup than anybody else at the moment. I think Craig Norman might have got a few.
Right,
certainly up there with the penalty taken.
Yeah, to be fair, if Reece keeps playing in that, I'm obviously going to get a lot more penalties in that. He's been brilliant, and just entices him to stick out a leg, and he goes over. And to be honest, I thought we should have had a Stonewall second penalty as well.
Ben Milnes.
On Ben Milnes, no, that's right. But obviously the referee kind of didn't give it. I don't know. Sometimes if the ref gives one penalty, they don't want to give the other.
True. On Tuesday night, you had to come off with an injury. And how is that?
Yeah, no, it was Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah, come on.
Yep.
No, it was it was fine. A bit swollen, but I knew start of the week it was going to be fine. So there was no problem with that.
We're going to get a few players back now. We got Mr. Evans coming back. Kelly Evans coming back.
Yes.
And Aaron is back in training along with Brighton, so that should ease some of the injury worries and striking up front.
Yeah, no, it was unfortunate. Obviously, last week, just everything just got to us really with injuries and suspensions and stuff like that. But obviously, this week players are coming back now from injury and suspension. And obviously, we do need as a back. He's very important for us with the goals and just being the focal point. But Reece is doing well, and I'm managing to chip in with some goals. Milne scored a great free kick today.
Was a beauty, wasn't it?
It was brilliant. I've told him before which way he was going to go, and he just said, I'll decide when I run up. And fair play to him. No one's going to be saving them.
Well, that means now that the disruption of the season starts with the league game against Biggleswade Town. Biggleswade Town will now be they'll be cast aside like chaff, and will be in the FA Cup third round draw. Obviously, a home tie would be good.
Be brilliant,
I'm not going to say who do you fancy because we don't know who's in the thing.
No.
But a home tie obviously would be good, and
obviously a home tie would be good. But as you see, last year we thought we had a great draw, but. Unfortunately, I weren't on penalties then, so.
Matron.
We thought we could have got through last year, and obviously it just shows you what the FA Cup's like. With obviously Nantwich not doing well in their league last year, and then obviously beating us in the home leg here. But no, we'll take anyone. Obviously, we're confident at home and that, and obviously our main aim is to get in that first round.
It is, and also today that this has put the icing on the cake, really. You've heard the news of the ground situation. That must be a Kettering player that's been with the club for a long time. Must be like going home.
Yeah, no, it will be. I think I'll be about 45 by then, but I'll still try and play. Yeah, still taking penalties, even if I just come on for them. But no, that'd be brilliant. Do you know what I mean? So, not too sure kind of how long the time frame's going to be, but obviously I'm just playing as long as possible. I still feel I've got a good few years left in me because I still feel fit and.
You're trying to beat Roger Astley's record then.
Do you know what I would have said? Probably
you could have done actually if
I stayed through them bad periods. Yeah, but obviously I went for the money. Probably at 400, I probably would have thought 500. Would have been a good target. But I'll be honest, I'm getting older. Obviously, I'm looking after myself a lot more, and you know, I feel fitter, leaner than ever, and. You know, that 600 now, you know, it's 98 away or 97 away, something like that. Yeah, so...
just the hair's changed. We've got the photos for the year.
Yeah, I know, it's changing colour and it's going a little bit thinner, but unfortunately it comes with age. But I might need to put something on there or, you know...
there's
syrup, exactly. But, yeah, you know, obviously I'm looking to break records here, there, and, you know, obviously win promotions, and, you know, that's the aim at the moment. You know, if I'm in a winning team and we're doing well... You know, obviously the longer I'll be around, hopefully.
Thank you, Brett. Once again, a pleasure to have you with
Thank
us.
you.
And
Cheers,
as Brett Solkhon going to go back now, have a glass of milk and enjoy himself with the team. I think we've got assistant manager with us, Richard Lavery, who's going to join us to just send off the team. Richard's solo debut. Hello, come on, Richard. Congratulations on the win. Hard fought one in the end, in a game really which we had
2-0
sewn up, wasn't it? Yeah, 2-0 in cruising, as you say, and
you get a goal in.
really should have been 3 or 4 up probably.
Panic then,
A bit of panicking at the end, but a good win.
Yeah, good win, yeah. Okay.
What do you think really was the difference between the two sides? I mean, they're quite a good side. I mean, I think looking at their records, and they came in here probably thinking they're going to stand a chance with us losing last week against Leicester, and I think probably are they going to catch us? But
I thought they come in for the win, didn't they? Really, they did come for the win. They didn't sit back. We started slow, didn't we, first 20 minutes, but as the game went on, we started getting Reece on the board, got high up the pitch, and yeah, it was decent in the end, wasn't it?
The goal that we did concede was a bit of a sloppy one, really, and then if it hadn't been for the goalkeeper, Paul White, who made that tremendous save towards the end, it could have gone to a replay. Yeah,
White knows he shouldn't have come for that, really. If he stays in his goal, he'll save it. But then he's got Sargent at the end, hasn't he? It's a great save. If he misses that, it's a replay, isn't it? So,
it is a replay, which we don't really need.
No,
the league, as I said to Brett, the league now is going to be disrupted with Biggleswade Town's game being cast aside like chaff, as I said, for the FA Cup third qualifying round, which will be drawn on Monday.
Yeah.
You fancy anybody or not bothered?
Not really, no. I just think home draw is a good draw, isn't it, I suppose? But still early days yet, but we're still creeping, and we get in the first round, second round, you never know, do you?
You don't, but we're looking really for promotion, and with the news of the ground now that's going to be around in a few years' time, it must be quite good times here at Kettering Town. Yeah,
it's good, yeah. Obviously, the fan base is great here, isn't it? Obviously, I played against Kettering at the old ground, and there was far more there, wasn't there?
Yes.
Obviously, it was their ground, and we want to get back to that, really, don't we? Your own ground, because when you're like sharing the ground, it's not the same, is it, when it's not your own ground?
Well, it does feel more like our own ground, I think, now than it ever has done.
When I think we're doing a lot of work here, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's a lot of work going on.
When we first came here, it did feel like a bit like camping.
Oh, did it? Yeah.
Because we've put a lot of
lot's changed now,
lots changed in there, and the dressing rooms. You've not seen the dressing rooms out there and get the chance. You want to see them; they look really smart, don't they?
Yeah, lovely. Yeah, they've done all more, but they've got their own sections in the change room.
Now, I'm not quite sure, but did I see you turn out on Tuesday?
I did, yes, yeah. That was my first game in I think 4 months. I think.
Yeah,
first game, but I felt all right. Yeah. I'm 40.
A little quieter on the pitch than I thought you might. I thought you might be a little bit more exposed.
Well, I was playing with obviously the fringe players and a few young lads like, so you got to watch what you're saying, didn't you?
You watch what you're saying.
If it was a proper game, then you'd have seen a different me.
I remember you playing, and you were far from quiet. But there we go. But since you came on last time, we've only had that one defeat against Leicester. As Marcus said last week, that was really probably a game too far with the injuries and suspensions that we had. Yeah, we were down to the bare bones. We were winning games, but we weren't really playing that well. We were nicking games 1-0, and which I love a 1-0, but suspensions, injuries of big players has killed us a little bit, and we were riding the wave a little bit. But sometimes when you lose one, it's good to bounce back, isn't it? Rather than just keep winning. But it shows a bit of character. It does show a bit of character inside what you've got in the change room to like come back from winning 7 or winning 6 and then losing one. So, and we have got the characters in there to bring us back, but we do need a few bodies bringing in, I think, in the next couple of weeks. No Matthew Foy today. Has he gone back or is he cup tied? Or
I think he got injured. I think
right.
That's why he didn't play on Tuesday. He was supposed to play Tuesday. I mean, he must have got injured. I think so. I'm not too sure about that.
With the players coming back now, we've got Aaron coming back soon. Hopefully, he's doing light training along with Bryce.
Yeah, he's seeing the physio now. Like he's there Tuesday and Thursday. So hopefully, a couple of weeks he might start joining in with the sessions and that. And obviously, we've got Dion coming back. That's a big loss, really, losing Dion. He was playing well at the time.
He was, yeah. A goal he scored at Stratford was remarkable, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it was obviously a sending off. He will say it was himself, but after he scored the goal, he got a bit carried away, I think, and done his thing.
I always ask Marcus this, or I did last season, but are you looking at other players to come into the side, or are you satisfied with?
No, you're never satisfied. I always think like players need pushing. When I played, I was never. Yes, I always wanted to play, but you want to look over your shoulder thinking he's after my shirt. I've got to perform it every week. It's not just a case you can perform one week and then have a week off. We said to Reece today before the game, he's our lone striker at the minute, and I thought last week he was a bit off his game. But the 7 games before then, he's been superb. But if there's someone on the bench willing to take his shirt off him, you might get another 20%. So it is fine margins, like, you know.
What can you tell us about Esti Hotter? There's a name that I saw on Tuesday. You played with him on Tuesday. Is he the guy from AC Milan? He's the
yes,
number 9.
Not bad. Yeah, he's been training with us. Like, I think he's only just signed now because he's international clearance.
Was it Milan he was with?
Yeah, I think he was. Yeah. He's got it on his CV. I'm not too sure.
Well, I
might
type
that on mine. But people won't believe me.
Well,
but,
no.
He looks tidy in training that, but obviously he's come from a different calibre of football. So when you come into non-league, like, you know, you've probably seen loads of players down here that on paper have been around here and there, but when they get to a non-league shirt on, it's difficult. You've got to adjust to the pace.
Jarvan said last week when I interviewed him that he's been playing at Derby County.
Yes,
and playing in the under-18 sides or the academy sides, etc., is a lot different from playing man's football. It's more physical. It's a different game completely, as you know.
Yeah, I think he's learnt that. You see, coming here in the pre-season, he was tired in that. But when you're out there and you get no time on the ball and you're getting a whack in the head, and it's different. You've got to either adjust or you won't make the grade. That's not being out of order, but like I say, it is fine lines. You either roll your sleeves up and want to be part of it, or somebody else comes and takes your shirt. It is fine lines, like, yeah.
Next week we're away at Alf Church, a place I've not been to before, so I don't know much about them. They're having a reasonable season.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about them really. When they got promoted last year, or
they did, yeah. So it's going to be an interesting one. Need to win to get back in winning ways and keep the pressure on the league.
Yeah, we've had one blip, haven't we? So you take that at the start of the season. You said to me in the gaffer that you'd be sitting top and not lost one. You'd take that all day long, wouldn't you?
Yeah, we had the same amount of points this season as last season on the ratio. So we're doing okay. Yeah. We come into now 4 wins and 2 draws, I think, before we lose the next one in theory. Yeah. So
but I've seen nothing. And I keep saying to the lads, I'm saying we're not really playing that well. We're not dominating game for like 90 minutes. We're having like 20 minutes here, 15 minutes here. I think when we do hit our potential, I think we'll kick on again, like, you know. So. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed indeed, and as I say, good news is we're all happy here today with not only the win, the lads did well, but getting the ground, money for the club, yeah, be a round of drinks, round of milk soon. But the news, you know, obviously the icing on the cake with the ground situation, which all the fans wanted to celebrate and hear about, and they have done. So
it's good, yeah.
Well done. We'll see you at Alf Church next week. Best of luck, and thank you, Richard, for joining us. I'll see you a little later.